Sometimes changing a small piece of hardware can mean all the difference in the ease of installation of a part. Heeltoe Automotive took over production of CT Icebox intakes a number of years ago, and through that production transition, we found a few key areas with the S2000 Carbon Icebox that we could change small pieces of hardware and make the installation so much easier. Come along and I'll show you the updates that we've made. Hey there, I'm Marcus DiSabella, owner of Heeltoe Automotive and actually owner of the CT Icebox Intake production and branding. We've been making these ice boxes for a number of years now. CT Engineering has been a product that's been near and dear to us as a high quality, carb exempt intake system available for popular Honda models. We'd always sold Comtech and CT Engineering parts, and when it came time to transition that production to a new company, they reached out to us to produce them. It was our honor to take it on, and through the process of producing the Civic Integra, TSX, and S2000 intakes, we found a number of ways to improve each one of them. This video, we're going to talk about the S2000 intake in particular, and 3 small changes that we made that should help with the installation of these parts. Now let's get into some of the updates that we've made. Alright, the first update comes in the form of a new sensor mount for the 06 to 09 models. The earlier S2000 models use an air valve that mounts down on the frame rail with some vacuum hoses. The 06 to 09 S2000 has an intake air temperature sensor that mounts in the intake. The old style used a shaft that came off of this tube and a weird bracket that held the sensor in place. We actually have taken that mounting off and just put a simple grommet in so that the intake air temperature sensor just plugs right in. It's much cleaner, much easier, and a much more efficient way to mount the sensor. The next update is for all S2000 models, 2000 to 2009. We noticed that the bolts that were provided and specified by Comtech in the first place that mount the box into the chassis of the car were really nice washer integrated bolts that had a screw top and a hex top. So really easy to get these things tightened down, but getting them started was very, very difficult. So we spec'd out a bolt that was just a little bit longer. And could you believe that just an extra few millimeters of length makes all the difference when you're shoving that box down in the car trying to get the holes lined up and the bolt started. So that was a really big improvement that's helped many people with the assembly of these ice boxes in their S2000. The last update that we have is actually much more recent. We found that the carbon icebox lid that goes on top of the plastic box that's held down with these Phillips head screws were a little bit difficult to get lined up and started. Also, tightening down a metal screw onto carbon fiber is a little bit of a sketchy action. You don't want to crack it. You don't want it to have any kind of a way to come loose either though. So how tight do you make them? It's really hard to read. Well, first things first, we added these plastic spring washers. And these plastic spring washers actually provide a soft surface to tighten the screw against, and because of the spring action, they act as a locking washer. So when you tighten down these screws, you can tighten them down a little bit more and have more confidence that they're not going to come loose and get lost on you. Because we've come out with these new mounting screws for the lids, we wanted to make sure that we made them available to anybody that's got an S2000. We know that some people have lost these screws over time. We made a little kit where you can get the screws and the washers on our website and restore the look of your original icebox with the new screws and the new washers. So look for that link down in the description. Also, we have replacement air filters, cleaning kits, and the full kits themselves available to purchase online. All the links are down in the description, and we really appreciate if you take a look down there. If you found this video helpful, go ahead and give us a subscribe and like our page. We hope that these updates really make it easy for you to install an S2000 intake in your sweet Honda Roadster. Heeltoe's in your corner. Have a great day.